Hello everyone, I'm Sanjana from ADS Department Program to implement the K-means clustering for customer segmentation. Import pandas as PD, import matplotlib pyplot has plot data equal to pd dot read csv content mal customers 1.csv data dot header from sklearn cluster import k-means WCSS for I in range 1, 11 k means n clusters equal to I init equal to k means dot fit data dot I log 3 WCSS dot append k means dot inertia plot range 1, 11 WCSS plot dot x label number of clusters plot dot y label WCSS plot dot title elbow method k means n clusters equal to 5 km dot fit data dot I log 3 y pred equal to km dot predict data dot I log 3 y pred data cluster y equal to y pred df data clusters equal to 0 df1 data clusters equal to 1 df2 equal to 2 df3 equal to 3 df4 equal to 4 plot dot scatter annual income plot dot scatter annual income spending score cluster 1 plot dot scatter spending score label cluster 2 plot dot scatter label cluster 3 plot dot legend plot dot title customer segment this python code implements k-means clustering for customer segmentation specifically using a mall customers dataset. Each code segment performs a clear step in the process from data exploration to choosing the optimal cluster count and visualizing the segmented groups. Import pandas as PD. Import pandas to handle data frames for data manipulation and analysis. 10. Import matplotlib plot has plot. Import matplotlib pyplot module for data visualization such as plots and charts. 10. Data equal to pd.read csv content mal customers 1.csv loads the dataset from a csv file into a pandas data frame called data10. Data.head displays the first 5 rows of the dataset to review basic structure and sample entries. Data.info shows information about the data frame including column data types and non-null counts as a quick overview of the dataset structure. 10 data dot is null dot sum checks the data frame from missing null values in each column by summing the count of null per column. From sklearn dot cluster import k-means clustering algorithm from skit learn for unsupervised clustering. Task 2. WCSS initializes an empty list to store within cluster sum of a square, which is a measure of cluster tightness and used for elbow method to determine optimal clusters 2. For I in range 1, 11, a loop to test cluster numbers from 1 to 10 for elbow method analysis. 2 k means equal to k means n clusters equal to I init equal to k means plus initializes k means with I clusters and the k means plus method for smart centroid initialization. 2 k means dot fit data dot ilog 3 fits the k means model to columns starting from the fourth column onward, typically futures like income and spending scope. Ignoring customer ID or name columns. WCSS.append k-means.inertia appends the calculated WCSS inertia for each cluster count to list. Inertia gives the sum of squared distance to the nearest cluster center to. Plot range 1 to 11 WCSS plots the number of clusters against their corresponding WCSS values. A key part of the elbow method for picking optimal cluster count to plot.x label number of clusters. WCSS elbow method adds label and a title to the elbow plot for clarity. 2 km equal to k means n clusters equal to 5 after observing the elbow plot chooses 5 as the optimal number of clusters and initializes k means accordingly. 8 km dot fit data dot ilog 3 fits the final means a model to the feature Columns ypred equal to km dot predict data dot ilog 3 predicts cluster label for each customer in the dataset and stores them in ypred 8. Ypred shows the predicted clusters label for each sample has a quick check of assignment 8. Data cluster equal to ypred adds a new column to the data frame storing each row clusters assignment so subsequent analysis and plotting can use this cluster info 8 df0 df4 data cluster 0 to 4 through 4 filters the data into 5 new data frames each containing customers belonging to a specific cluster label 0 to 4. The following 5 plotted scatter lines plot scatter plots for each cluster showing annual income versus spending scope with a unique color and label for each cluster. Plot.legend displays a legend associating cluster colors with labels on the plot. Titles the plot has customer segment for context. Summary this code loads customer data, checks for issues, applies k-means to segment customers using annual income and spending score, determines the best cluster count with elbow method, fits final clusters, add clusters label to the data, and visualizes the result with labeled scatter plots to 810.